What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again 16 days later. I'm sorry I haven't done any videos. There's been reasons that don't need to be shared. But yeah, there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on. Irrespective though, I apologise. I'm sorry I look a little bit dishevelled maybe. I certainly look a little bit red, a little bit ginger. But yeah, it's been a ropey 2 weeks, guys. So apologies, but thank you for the love and support. Always the messages. As always, don't stop the support, the comments. You mean a lot to me, so thank you. Let's talk about Everton. Hey, let's just get into it. Everton over the last 2.5 weeks have been nothing short of a disgrace off the pitch. Ever since the end of the sort of reviews that we were doing after the Bournemouth game, they've been a joke, the club. The way that they've managed things and the way that the board have sort of evaporated, this commitment from MSP and the fact that Mr. Bell is already involved in the stadium. A lot of this is a bit of a joke, if I'm being brutally honest. A lot of it's a joke, and yet again, it's content creators and fans who are, probably left picking up the pieces, trying to create a positive environment, trying to, keep us going. Even looking at the pre-season fixtures this season, they're awful. They're awful. Even the last game at Goodison Park has always been one of those games against a decent European side. We're playing Sporting Lisbon again. We played them a few years ago. Last season we played Kiev, and I understood about that. We've had Porto in previous years. We've had, you may remember Porto. Mohamed Besic comes on, looks fantastic. What happened there? But we played Valencia, but I don't know. I'm so sort of disillusioned by the whole club. It's really disappointing. It's tough. So let's break down some of the things that have happened over the last few weeks. Some of the rumours, some of the transfers, some of the player bits, and let's just talk about it. So obviously, the Everton have issued their retained list, and as expected, there's a number of players that are leaving Everton, but one that has been offered a new deal is Tom Davies. I don't get it, and I can sit here and there'll be fans that will say, he's made 150 appearances in the Premier League. He's still young. He's a blur, etc. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. So why are we offering contracts to players that aren't good enough? If we were that committed to him, we should have offered him a deal last season. Stop him going out on a free. But instead, I think he'll walk. I think he'll go. If I was Tom Davies, I wouldn't sign a new contract for a club that, where the fan base, I would say the majority do not want him at the club. And it's not a criticism of his. I've never been personal towards Tom. I will always wish him the best of luck. I just don't think he's good enough, and that is simple as that. And we've been linked with players left, right, and centre. We get linked with a new striker every day. We've been linked with Tammy Abraham numerous times. We've been linked with players from America. We've been linked from players from the Qatar League, from Asia. We've been linked with all sorts of players. So nobody has a clue what is going on at this football team. No one. It's the most scattergun approach to something I've seen in a long time. And I'm not saying that, the club are always going to release rightful information and, papers are going to get it right, because they're not. Most of the time they get it wrong. But the fact that we're being linked with players all over the shop, I think speaks volumes. And the one that got me was the Morales one. At Rangers, 26 years old. Probably would do a decent job. He's an okay striker. He's decent. But does that solve the problem? No, it doesn't. And I know the transfer window's just opened, but you're seeing teams moving already. You know, Neymar, big teams, they already know he's available. Mbappe could be going as well. So PSG could be, you know, in the mud. You've seen Jude Bellingham already go to Real Madrid. You know, teams that are organised, get their shit done early. You know, I can't pronounce his name, to HOODIE. He's just signed from Dortmund to Brighton, you know, as a replacement for McAllister, who's gone to Liverpool. You know, we're seeing players being linked with moves away, and, you know, I think you will see an Everton. You will see an Everton transfer at the end of June. You know, we saw it with Richarlison. I'm convinced you'll see it with Onana. It is building now with Onana. You know, the fact that Declan Rice appears to be going to Arsenal makes me think that Chelsea probably going to pull the stops out for Onana, which would make sense. He was a player that I likened to Declan Rice a few times last season, and I can see it. I think if he plays with better players, he'll be a better player. He is exactly what Everton don't need right now. But this club is toilet. You know, we've got the mass walkout kind of relieving of the board. You know, Denise, Ingles, Sharp, all gone. And you think, yeah, that's positive. And then you hear that Mashiri's having talks with Kenwright to try and convince him to stay or to do something else. It's just, you sit there and you just think, this is a joke. This is a joke. The club's a joke. I can't be arsed with it, if I'm being honest. And it's difficult watching this from the outside, talking about it on channels and YouTube videos for guys, you know, guys and girls who tune in, who watch me every week, well, when I do a video. It's really difficult to be positive and be going into next season, you know, hopeful, you know, starting the season off a game that Everton can get a result in. The first 4 games that Everton can get results in. We play Villa away, that'll be a tricky game, but the other games Everton can get points. You know, first 5 games we could get 9 points. And you sit there and you just think, you know what, that's what we need. You know, because we need jerk most seasons. You know, 2 seasons ago we were like 4th after like 5 games, or 3rd after 5 games. Last season we started a little bit slower, but we'd only conceded 7 goals after 10 games. And look where we finished both seasons. You know, the club is just... I sit there and I just laugh. I laugh at the situation this club is in. You know, after £700 million just spunked up a wall, and I sit there and look at the boards all over the shop, the owners all over the shop, the investors all over the shop, the stadium. We are Stadium FC. All Everton do is post pictures of stadiums, and that's great. But we are literally Stadium FC because there's nothing else positive right now. Nothing. And they come out today, Everton, they come out today, and this has got me as well. So, as you know, I'm not a season ticket holder, but I go to as many games as I can, home and away. Last season I went to, I think it was 24 games, 18 at home, 6 away, roughly. It might have been 17 and 5, whatever, but it was round that figure. Now, they're doing travel packages, so people can buy home games for Everton months in advance, book a hotel and go to the game. Now, I'm not sitting there saying that this doesn't help the fan who is maybe coming over from America and just wants to spend a weekend over, you know, or the fan from Asia or the fan from wherever, to be honest, it doesn't matter. My point is, if they're taking those tickets of the already incredibly limited availability that is there on the membership, having people being already on the membership for 5 years, that is a joke. That is a joke, because they are basically penalising the people that have been begging to go the game forever. Honestly, it's a shambles. I'm absolutely fuming with it, and I've been seeing comments. Fortunate enough, in the position I'm in, I probably won't struggle for tickets. But there will be fans that will absolutely struggle to get tickets. They absolutely will. And you sit there and you think, hang on, they're going to have to go on a website, pay for a hotel they might not need, just to go to a game of football where Everton, in the past, have just lost at home. It's a joke. The club is ran absolute toilet. I can't get over it. I can't physically get over it. I can't get over the the lack of sentiment. I can't get over the lack of planning. I can't get over some of the things that are said. The board, Kenwright, or I think it was Kenwright, but him saying about the commercial successes at Everton. Commercial successes. I think Chelsea are just about to sign a deal with Stake, who, as you know, Everton were sponsored by. Our deal was 10 million. They've been offered 40. What's successful about that? A team that finished 12th in the Premier League is getting 3 times more than what we did. It's a joke. The club, honestly, the club is, it's finished. The club's finished. What we need is people to come into this club, know exactly what they're doing, and do it. You know, like the Newcastle owners, like the Manchester City owners, like other owners that have had money, have come into clubs and spent it wisely and not lashed it up a wall. You know, not come in and say, oh, we've got similar transfer funds to Spurs. Of course. Look at both Everton and Spurs. They're toilet because their owners are shit. The club is... The club just irritates me, and every time I talk about them, I get rattled. I get really, really rattled because I don't like Mashira. I don't like the fact he won't sell the club. I think he's in the mud anyway. I'm convinced he's in the mud. You've got all of these other teams threatening legal action against us, and you've got regurgitating newspapers, regurgitating content that they've already posted, and just twisting the end story, i.e., you know, earlier it was Burnley, Leeds, Southampton, Leicester, all taking Everton to court, and the costs could be massive, blah, 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 blah. But then the day after, it's like, yeah, it's due to taxes, it's not due to financial fair play. I mean, the club is, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's an absolute joke, and we are being ran into the ground. We're being ran into the ground, but with a new stadium on our back. It's pathetic. And obviously, we've not even started the clear out yet. I mean, if you could literally, you could get me to drive these players wherever you want for free. Some of these, the Neil Maupay's of this world, goodbye. The Michael Keanes, goodbye. Ain't bothered. Ain't bothered. I have no positive emotion towards Everton Football Club anymore. I just don't. You know, I remember the days where I'd be going to watch Everton against Zenit St. Petersburg, or Everton against Sporting Lisbon, or Everton against Porto. That was, you know, under David Moyes. I remember watching European nights where Victor Anichebe was scoring goals. I remember players that had nothing about them doing a better job than players that we've spent 35, 40 million pound on. It is beyond a joke, you know. And I've got no hope. I've got no compassion or sympathy for the board. I don't care how many millions of pounds they lose. I really couldn't give a shit. And the fact that Kenwright is still, after everything that's happened, is still the chairman is an absolute joke. It is a farce. So, yeah, that's it. I've got nothing else at the minute. I've got nothing else. I just, you know, you're getting this old school rant. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick this fucking thing. I can't be bothered. You got this old school rant where I'm just frustrated. To be honest, I'm just annoyed, and you know, I just can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered. I just can't stand them. And God, you're getting like a real bird's eye view of my house, ain't you? Yeah, look. You get me toesies. So yeah, so it's just, I'm just angry. And yeah. I'm sorry. Do you know what it is? It's just frustration. It's just, you all know, it's passion. You know, you're so passionate about this club going forward, yet we're not going forward at all. Yeah, I don't know. Disappointing. But guys, look, I'm leaving it there. As always, keep smiling. Lots of love. and I will see you probably in a couple of days. I've got a busy weekend, as you can see. It's Finley's birthday, so I will see you soon. Peace.